What's going on, guys? So today we're trying out those Bigfoot Bushcraft fire plugs. I can tell you it is extremely hot right now in Pennsylvania. Today's 91 or 92 degrees and we have like full humidity. I don't know the percent, it's got to be like 80% humidity, but I am sweating like crazy out here. I generally don't try to start fires when it's really hot, but I guess it's good to diversify a little bit. I do try to go out there when it's drizzling or raining outside to kind of improve my skills. And generally when it's really cold to see if I can keep, dexterity and stuff, but I don't really recall doing it on as hot of a day as it is right now. All right, so extremely uncomfortable, but hey, you don't get to pick when you survive, right? When you need to make fires. So here is one of the plugs. All right, it feels like it's wax impregnated. The thing is, I've been playing around with these for a little bit and they get kind of wet. There's some kind of moisture. I don't know if it's just the outside that's literally melting because of the heat here or not, but it gets very greasy. Like even right now, there's a greasy film on my hands. All right, I don't know if you can see that, but it's kind of moist. There's definitely some juice or something on the outside. I don't know if maybe it's my hand melting the wax or not, but there's some kind of filmy, wet thing going on there. So anyway, we're gonna go ahead and try this. You kind of bend it back and forth, rough it up a little bit, expose all of those fibers, all right, that are on the inside. Now, I've noticed that if you can kind of peel the side there, they almost unroll. I don't know if it's one direction or not, but it is kind of rolled up in there. All right, so you can really get a big flat surface if you needed to. There we go. So you can see these somewhat unroll. All right. Anyway, go ahead and try half of this. First I'm going to try with the flint and steel. All right, obviously we know a lighter's going to work. We'll try that afterwards. So here you go. Stick that right there. And that's it. 2 strikes. I've probably done maybe 6 or 7 different plugs playing around with it. And most of them strike on the first time if you have enough of those little fibers exposed. But yeah, I mean, it's really, really simple. It does have a very decent burn time. It is worth noting again, though, that it gets kind of greasy in very hot weather, at least. If it was cold, I would imagine that that would not be a problem. But these are fantastic. I mean, I'm going to put these in my wife's little fire kit that she has, as well as my own, because it came with a ton of them. That was the big deal here, too, is that it wasn't like, they give you a little 5-pack or something. It's a big old bag. I can't imagine these are super expensive to produce. So kudos to them for, actually supplying you with a bunch of them. Not only so you can practice using it, but so that you can put it in multiple places as well. So I think it's really cool. Yeah, very good burn time. I'll let that go ahead. And again, this is only half of a stick. I don't think you'd ever need a full stick. I mean, if you're really struggling out there, I guess you can use the other half to keep it going. Like, let's say you're building your fire, it's not really happening. Towards the tail end of the fire going out, you can, light the other half up if you need to. But I'm going to let this thing burn, just again to show you the burn time. Right now is a pretty good wind picking up, as you can see. Something else to keep in mind as well is that if you keep it small and compact like this, it may burn longer but not as intense. When you really open it up, there'll be a lot more flame. It'll be more of an intense burn, but it might not last as long. See, that's still very compact. That's why it's just kind of chilling there on fire. Man, it is hot. That little tiny flame is not helping. I know it's not doing much, but it is super, super hot out here. Seriously, most time when I'm playing with fire, it's a chilly day or in the winter and the snow and stuff. That's when it's fun. That's when you kind of hover over it and enjoy that heat. But that tiny little flame. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling the extra heat, man. But as you can see, I mean, it's working. It's working really, really well. If you prep your fire, you have all your kindling and your tinder and all your wood off to the side there. This should give you plenty of time to get a fire going. Under most, circumstances, obviously there's extreme weather where it's going to be extremely difficult or impossible to get an open flame. It's still hanging in there. There's still flame. I'll turn it over, expose that. You can see it a little bit better. And it's out. Now it's smoldering, but I say out because there's no current flame. Alright, so let's try it with a lighter. Obviously it should be even easier. Alright, set that off to the side. So you break one in half, go ahead and light it. I mean, it really takes nothing to get that started. And that's pretty much it. I mean, these things are really cool. So there you go, guys. There's the fire plugs from Bigfoot Bushcraft. Huge A+. There was a fail, at least this round, with the extreme heat here on the flint and steel. I was definitely throwing sparks at it, but they were smoldering out. It never got hot enough to catch. But with a fire steel, ferrocerium rod, I should say, totally fine. Works great. Very, very easy to use, and obviously the most easiest way to do it is a lighter. But if you're using a lighter to light those, all you're doing is conserving fuel. Obviously, you can use a lighter to light your fire. I know there's gonna be those comments. Well, why don't you just use your lighter to light the fire, man? What do you need a plug for? Yeah, well. It just conserves fuel. If you have one lighter and a bag of plugs, you can make a lot more fires than if you're just using your lighter. But I thoroughly approve these. This really is the best fire starting device I've ever gotten in a battle box. Second to that one that uses the string, pull start. That is a very, very intense fire, but that's a one-time use. Whereas these plugs, I mean, if you have 10 plugs, you can break them in half. You have 20 fires that are going to be pretty easy to make. But that's pretty much it. I really do like these things. I'm going to integrate these into my own fire making systems just because it's a nice little addition. They catch really easy. They're very small, compact, lightweight, so hard to beat. So there you go. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I'll see you guys tomorrow with a brand new video. Take care.